Alright, what it is does do, everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new. My name is Sam Capital, or Young Midas, or I go by a couple different names at this point. But we had an extremely fire trading week, and I wanted to go back through and break down a lot of these trades for you guys, and talk about how we were able to capitalize off of huge moves on gold. We didn't have a single loss, and it was the only pair that we traded the whole week. Gold is my main pair I trade. We trade GJ and we trade gold, but obviously you could tell GJ was in some choppy, ugly mess, so he did not even touch it this week. And on the other hand, gold was playing out great. So, before we get into anything here, I just wanted to say I highly recommend you guys go and follow my Instagram at RealSamCapital. I have no other account. I know that there are some scam accounts and that have been made, but all of my breakdowns and other educational stuff is being posted here as well. I'm pretty active on here, and if you guys ever have any questions, this is the fastest place to reach me, or within the Discord. So yeah, I highly recommend you follow here, and also we will be doing a $100 giveaway as soon as I hit 1,000 followers on here. So yeah, now let's get to the video. Let's not waste any more time. Let's just get straight into this. So I'm gonna turn the webcam off so that my ugly ass, beautiful ass, whatever you want to call me, is bothering you. But so let's start off with the Discord. So a lot of this was like called out and planned out in the Discord ahead of time. So let's get rid of this, and let's find where we had started talking about all of this stuff. So we had initially, to start the week, let's talk about this actually. So to start the week last week, we had obviously seen this super bullish move here happen on gold. This was the Friday prior to the week. So this was because of talks that Ukraine was going to start invading, or Russia was starting to start invading Ukraine, right? So we know from a fundamental standpoint that that is a bullish factor for gold. Reason being, whenever there's war in the world, it cuts off supply from other countries, and then in turn makes it more rare, makes it more scarce. Okay, so think about it like that. When there's less gold that people are able to get to, it makes it more rare, makes it more scarce, and so the value of it increases, the supply of it decreases, and the demand of it increases. Okay, so I actually was able to capitalize off this move. This was not on the streams, but this is one of the trades that we were able to capitalize off of right here, right? And I'm going to include all the clips from the stream as well so that you can see that there's no cap nor rep, right? Every single one of these was called live on stream. We took all of these trades. 99% chance you'll hear my MetaTrader even hit into whenever I enter these, unless they're buy stops or sell stops, right? So boom, this was our first trade that we had on gold, right? For I believe it, and we ended up taking like 40 pips from this one. Boom, from here to here. Here it in. I'm like a half a pip. I'm getting put in. All right, I'm in. Nice, beautiful. All right, I'm up 10 already. Go ahead and tap that high, bro. Nice, boom. Full TP for like 40 pips. And this was a very simple move, right? We had just assumed, so we had 8:15. This was the NY open candle. Or no, this was the NY open candle, and then this candle had closed here like this, right? Just below. Let's go back. We had confirmed a support here, right? And we were trending up, making higher highs or higher lows. Sorry. And eventually, boom, we had taken a breakout on this trade. We had buy stops, I believe, for this one, and then it ran straight to target for about 40 pips. So very simple trade. It really doesn't get too much easier than that. We played the price action, we played the fundamentals, and that was about it. We don't trade any EMAs, indicators, RSI, none of that garbage, none of that. And so yeah. And also, I'll break down some of the fundamentals and why some of this stuff happened here on the charts too. So, and then this had happened. the next day, this happened during London session, right? So we weren't able to catch these sells here. But let's talk about why this had happened, okay? But what had happened here was we had seen a huge meltdown right here on gold, okay, right? I'm sure you can see it right here on the chart. This was for about a total of, I don't know, like 250 pips. And we didn't get to catch this whole move, right? Would have been nice, whatever. But yeah, we just didn't get to capitalize off of this. But let me explain why this had happened from a fundamental approach. So we had news come out, and I had posted it in the Discord right here. Russian armies returning to their bases, right? So what would that mean? They're returning to their bases. That means that the war is looking to not happen, right? So that would be a bearish factor for gold, especially after we had just had the news saying that they were looking to invade, right? So obviously we were going to play with the sells here this day, based off of this news. So then we'll put the clip in. This was a simple trade. Obviously, this candle ended up closing bullish, but at the time that it was open, we had this was also the MY open candle. You'll notice a lot of the trades that I take too as well, they happen between 8 and 10 a.m. because if you simply look at the chart, the biggest candles happen on gold between 8 to 10 a.m. Granted, this week it wasn't very you know, it didn't really happen that way because we had news, but I mean, you can check out some of these candles down here right before this had happened here when they had first announced the invasion. But on a normal week, that is what will happen. So right, so I look to take, and that is also why we don't start the streams till 7:30, so that way we can get on at 7:30. We can do our fundamental breakdown, technical breakdown for everything, and then by the time 8 a.m. hits, then boom, we're locked in the charts and looking for places to execute, right? There's no reason to start executing at 7:30, 7 a.m. on gold because 9 times out of 10, you're just gonna get your stop or whatever hit. Like it's just, or like say you are up in profit, you're gonna get a nice pullback with the NY open, and it's gonna tag you out. So let's look at this trade we had taken here, right? So this was actually a pretty simple trade as well. This candle had initially pulled up for liquidity. We had closed above, or I mean below, sorry, this previous resistance on the 1 hour. Very strong confirmation time frame, especially for intraday. So we had just put stops above. Let's go back and look. I believe it was like a 25 pip stop. It was nothing super huge. Yeah, so we had took it. This candle had initially drove up back into here to collect orders. And then, yeah, it was a 25 pip stop. We took it at the flip of this 1 hour candle. Let's go back and find it. Right, so when this candle had flipped, we had entered right here. Took our sells. And then, yeah, ultimately, we ended up getting a nice 50 pips off of this one is what I had secured. Alright, I'm in. I'm in, boys. Nice, beautiful. About to smack TP for 55 pips. Simple, boys. Simple wick fills. Let's go ahead and find where our next trade had began to play out. So then, boom. Okay, and then so then Wednesday. This was Tuesday. This was Wednesday. This was Wednesday. We had the retail sale news. You can see right here, right? Which actually ended up being good for the US dollar, which should have been bad for gold. But you can see that we had this previous support around this area. This was a pretty respected support as price was kept wicking right off of it, right? So we had just needed to wait for confirmation that we were going to start moving up. So obviously 8 a.m. had opened up, no confirmation yet, right? And we're not going to take buys based off of this candle yet because we still have that news to come out, right? And so we're not going to sit there and play with that as well. So this is the candle that the news had came out on. We waited for the news to settle down. Obviously this place was getting respected. And once we had further confirmation that we were moving up, we had taken buys. So we took our buys based on the break of the high of this candle, right? And then we had our first target run up towards here. And then obviously you can see the continuation we had here. I believe that I had secured about 60 pips from this, so somewhere around here. I had secured somewhere around here because you could see around this area we had some price fluctuation. Obviously, this is a price level that gets respected, right? So, and I had also called out that this was a respected level here, and we should look to see a doji. This just happens to come with my experience with watching gold move so often and how long I've been trading gold for. So we called out this doji, and then the next candle juiced right up, and yeah, we got a nice fire trade on Wednesday as well. I intended to enter, so I'm in. Alright, yeah, maybe I will just end the stream because this shit might take a minute. I feel like this candle's gonna print like a doji, and then the next one will juice. Just because like we're gonna see some slowdown at this area. And then our easiest trade, our best trade, was on Thursday, and obviously I will include the clips for this. So if we go back to Thursday, this was the 4-hour candle that we were trading off of. And at the time that we had came to the charts, I'll include the clip from the stream as well. You can see that it was bearish, but we were starting to pull up from this point, right? How this candle made this wick and is pulling up on the 4-hour. I bet we do move up today just based off of that. So let's go to the lower time frame and look. So when we popped on the lower time frame, we could see that we were creating a support around this area, right? 7 a.m., 7:30. On these 30-minute candles, and then we created a nice strong 1-hour support that engulfed the previous one. So all we did was place buy stops, and we had initially set targets towards here for about 50 pips. I know that there was someone that actually secured like full position 50 something pips from the stream. Shout out Henry. I ended up getting a whole 70 from this because obviously if we started to break this high, this 4-hour candle, that was confirmation that we were still moving up. But 70 pips, I wasn't going to get greedy, and I knew that the new 4-hour candle was going to print and it was going to need a bottom wick, so we were anticipating a pullback, which we did end up getting a pretty gross one. Overall, still closed bullish, and then ended up hitting 1900, which is the price that I had said that we were looking to target and where price should move to. Obviously you can see right here, this is where it was being respected. The price would fluctuate around this point for a little bit in the past, right? So simple as that. This was the easiest trade of the week too. This was the most simple one. We got tagged in. We had buy stops placed about here, and then I had put the stops below the 1-hour candle like this. So we had about a 20 pip stop, and first target being 50 pips. This is a good 2.35 risk reward. Obviously you're not always going to get those as a scalper, right? Alright, we're in. Alright, I'm out. So that was my trade. 70 pip day. But honestly, good fire week. I believe it was a total of 230 pips that we had capitalized off of this week, and no losses on the stream. And obviously we are going to have another fire week, I believe, this week coming, with our tensions in Ukraine still continuing to heat up. But obviously, if you want to stay up to date with all the fundamentals in that, I highly recommend you join the Discord. I'm always in there. I'm always giving updates to everything. I'm always answering questions. And tomorrow we actually do have a bank holiday, so chances are we won't be taking any trades on the stream tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. If there are any trades taken, it might be on GJ, but we'll have to look and see with that as well. But yeah, so that was basically it. So I just wanted to give a quick breakdown for all of you guys on how we capitalize on all these moves. Pretty simple. We don't, make anything too difficult here. The most difficult part of what we do is probably the fundamentals and understanding the economics behind everything. But I feel like I do a decent enough job to keep it simple and break that down for everyone. So that's all I got for you guys for this video. And yeah, can't wait to have a fire trading week. And all in all, that's all I got for you guys. So peace.